Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie from Deliberately Creative, and I'm here to welcome you to my project for the hashtag CACflowerart art crawl on YouTube. And if you're wondering what the CAC is, it is a group of people who get together. We're all creative arts YouTubers, and we formed the Creative Arts Collaboration over on Facebook. And if you want information or to find out how to join, if you're a creative arts YouTuber, go down to the description below and click on the application, fill it out, and join us. We'd love to see you there. Here we are. I am doing Carnelian for this episode. That's my gem. If you've never seen me before, I have a series that does doodle gems. And usually I do more abstract type designs around them, but being that this is the flower art, I decided to do a lovely poppy. And you are going to see me do this exact flower, start to finish, for the whole thing, and I do it all in real time. My community has said they enjoy it. I hope you will enjoy it. And let's get started. What we're going to do is get started on this flower. I decided to do a poppy. I think it's going to be a blue poppy, but the center gem that we're going to do is a carnelian. I'm not going to make it too big because I want to get this video done in a relatively quick time frame. So we're starting out with a circle, and I went ahead and did it in pen because I'm going to be drawing the whole flower out. And I might as well draw the whole flower out first because I know what I'm going to be doing. This is a fantasy poppy. It is not necessarily a real poppy. It's one that I am kind of making up in my head. I know it has roughly petals, and the petals kind of overlap each other a little bit here. And I think this petal is going to come up right alongside of it. And then the last one. See how it's just sort of wandering around there. The neat thing about it is that I can put in some ruffle lines that will really just sell that this is a ruffly poppy. Just a few little lines here and there give you that indication of ins and outs without having to do hardly anything. There are going to be so many people doing beautiful flower things. I'm hoping that you'll enjoy this. My entry in this event. I enjoy getting to do these things for you. And a few lines in on this. And the lines all kind of go towards the center. They may not all make it that far because the petals don't all have ruffles all the way down to the center. Usually they're fairly flat right here, and then they go out and they have the bendiness going on. There we are. Nice, quick, easy, fast. Now, poppies have these fun little stamens, and since I am doing this poppy with a stone in the center, I'm going to go ahead and do my stamens around the outside of what the stone is, where the stone is going to be. And the stamens are just sticks with a ball on the end, and they can be bent. They can cross over each other. Nobody can tell you that it's wrong because it's a fantasy flower. I like fantasy flowers. I like having things that no one can tell me are really wrong. And the neat thing about it is that it always looks right. It's always pretty. And I'm just throwing a few stamens in here. Oop, one more petal. Get some stamens going for each petal. And I saw the prettiest picture on Pinterest of a baby blue poppy. And they are real. I was very surprised. I thought somebody had just done a funny Photoshop thing. There we go. A couple more little ruffle edge thingies. Ruffle edge thingies. That's a really technical term for a fold or a bend. I use technical terms from time to time, as you know. So the stem is kind of hairy. A little bit of spikies on, little hairs. They really are just hairs. And then on the Pinterest page that I've got, so you can just take a look. But I did get the lovely little hairs right. A few little hairs here and there. That's the doodling done. We're not doing a deep doodle this time. We want to get the Carnelian done in here, and then get the flower colored. And the stem may or may not get colored. I don't know. We'll see what we do. This time I'm doing Crayola Color Pencils in rainbow colors. You've got your reds, orange, yellow, greens, blues, and a dark blue, and a white. So any color pencils you have that will give you red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and white, you can do this. If you've got a couple shades of blue, it'll make coloring the flower a little bit easier. A couple shades of red will help to make the carnelian stone. All right, so for the stone, we're going to use the red orange, the yellow orange, and the yellow. There we go. I'm just going to lay this right here. And this particular carnelian that I'm looking at has bands in it. It's a banded stone. So I'm going to lay in my yellow colors first. And the yellow is going like this. And this stone actually has a white stripe that goes through it. I like that white stripe. I think that's kind of pretty. And it has a yellow glow down here at the bottom, alongside of that yellow stripe, or white stripe here. It has a couple yellow stripes. And I see in here sort of a yellow patch where light can come through. Carnelian is a translucent stone. It's a stone that light can come through and it makes the colors glow and change a little bit. So there we go. That is the first hit with the yellow. Now we're going to go ahead and put some orange in here. And the orange is going to slightly overlap the yellow. And then it's going to work its way all the way out to the edge. The main color of this stone is actually a reddish orange. So by laying in that really light yellow first, my bright color, I can start working these other colors over the top of them and get a lot of depth to the color. Remember, I'm using Crayolas with this one. It's an easy, no fuss, no muss. If you have a light hand with your colors, you'll be able to layer these colors no problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my red orange, And I want to deepen up some spots here. Deepen up a spot right there. Remember, these are banded, but there's also sort of cloud shapes of color in there too. And I'm going to deepen up along here. It's almost like coloring in a planet. Almost like coloring in a planet. I'm going to take this color right over the top of my yellow in some spots. We are going to end up with a fully colored stone when we're done. You're not going to see any of the white paper. Even in that white stripe, I'm going to be putting white colored pencil. But right now, we're just getting in some of this orange and the red orange and then the red. So now I'm going to grab that red and I am going to lay in some of my hard lines that really give you that banded feeling, that stripy banded feeling. The lines are not necessarily perfectly straight. And then this red right here, where it's coming towards that end, is actually going to bend a little bit and sort of work into that cloudy spot. I want to put a little bit of this red along here, and then right down along this edge right below that yellow, I want some of this red, and then I'm going to work it in and blend it. And blending, I'm putting the pencil down and I'm lifting it up. So I'm doing a flicking motion. So it's wider, right? Whoops, sorry, here, let me come up here. It's wider where I'm pressing down hard, and then I'm lifting. And as I lift in this flick, it's making a wide at the bottom and a tapered. It's a tapered stroke. A tapered stroke. Pushing down and lifting up. It's giving me a tapered stroke. And I like that tapered stroke for doing some of this blending where I know that I want some darkness in the color that will give me that feeling of the striping without actually scribbling it down hard. I do want to have a little bit of that shading along that edge. And I may go ahead and use a little bit of the blue, my dark navy blue that I have for the flower. I might use a little bit of that. I think I'm going to put a stripe of this inside here where the white is going to be coming along. Sorry, I had to follow that thought, because sometimes those thoughts will run away if you don't follow them right then. Well, that's already starting to look kind of like a stone. There we go. Bring that yellow some more. I'm burnishing more with the yellow on this one than I will with white. And the reason why is I want that feeling of a glow. I want that feeling of light coming through. And giving us that glow. Now I'm going to grab the white and put, well, it looks like we've got a little bit of purple in there. Let's see if I can. And okay, this is a Carnelian with an inclusion in it. See, I'm not worried about it. A little bit of purple, yeah, big deal. We'll just pull that across and make it look like it was supposed to be there. And that might actually be one of the best things that happened. Who knows? Who knows? It may actually be one of the best things to have happened in this stone. Now I'm going to throw some of that orange in again, lightly over the yellow, because I don't want that yellow to be quite that bright. There we go. And in on that red, and I think I'm going to pull just a light yellow, excuse me, light orange stripe through there. We're almost done with the stone. This is a quick and easy stone. It's fun to do things that are quick and easy every once in a while. It makes it nice to be able to just grab something, do it really fast. You can make this for a card, give somebody a little pick-me-up. I'm going to grab that blue, that navy blue, which is similar to the indigo that I really like in the Prismacolor. But since we're doing this one all in Crayola, we'll just use the navy blue to give us that little bit of a shadow down under there. Little shadow. Bit of a shadow around the stone. Down towards the base, down by that black line that we drew. Gives us just a little bit of separation. Makes it look like the stone is floating in the middle of the flower. And the nice thing about it is this flower has dark blue where these folds are. And the folds are down in or up, either way. Some of them go up, some go down. Some are in, some are out. I'm just going to go ahead and throw those colors on now because I'm pretty much done with that. I will put my pen on in a minute. But since I had this color in my hand, I figure, you know, we might as well just use it. Might as well just use it. This event is so much fun to do. I love the CAC events. They give us so many opportunities to find new people that we've never heard of before. Can subscribe to some new channels. Support artists doing good things. And you never know, that next person that might be the one that you really, really, really have been waiting for. Could be the next person down on the playlist. So up in the top corner, don't forget that the playlist is up there with all of the wonderful artists that are participating in this event. And the neat thing about this event is that it goes on for Wednesday through Sunday. And there will be new videos posted every day. There will be something new posted in there. So you won't be lacking for inspiration and beautiful flowers all weekend. Almost done putting my kind of shadowy lines in. Then I'll come in with my lovely light blue and give it all a nice quick coat. If you notice, this paper is really smooth. And the nice thing about smooth paper is that you don't get the texture lines in your coloring. If you maintain a light hand, you won't actually even see the color pencil lines. You'll see color, but not the pencil lines. And it's one of those things that I really like about this paper. And so that I don't lose all of those little stamen dots when I go in and color this flower, it's barely going to get a little bit of a light blue for the highlights. Otherwise, it is almost done. Almost done. I'm going to throw a little bit more shadow closer into the center. But again, I am not pressing really hard. I'm pressing slightly harder, but not really hard. You can feel the pencil just glide across the paper. And people don't think that Crayolas are all that, you know. They think, oh, Crayolas, those are kids' crayons, kids' crayon pencils. But you can do really pretty artwork with a Crayola color pencil. You are not in a position to be limited by your artwork or by your materials. If you've got a box of any kind of color pencils, I would say except for the dollar store ones. The dollar store pencils, don't buy them. Don't do it. It's more frustration than it is worth. You will not get a good blend. They're scratchy. They have like chunks of things in them, in the pencil, in the core. It's not worth that. It's not worth the frustration. All right, I am going to go ahead and take, let's see. I think it's going to be this kind of cornflower blue. It's light blue. And I'm just going to, but I was going to start putting in those stamens first. We're going to do that really fast. And the stamens are actually going to be green. If you ever look at the stamens on a poppy, they're yellow and they're green. And putting the green in first before putting in the blue just makes it so I'm not having to color the green over the top of another color. Now, if a little blue floats over the green, no big deal. This green is actually darker than the blue that is going to be the flower, the main highlights on these flowers. Just a few more dots. Few more dots. Couple more dots, and there we go. All right. So now I'll go ahead and there will be some white left on this one. And the reason why there will be some white is the blue actually reads as white in those really high highlights. And by having already colored the green on those stamens, I don't have to worry about them. They're already done. Already done. And we're just going to color this flower in. The nice thing about this is that you can actually get printouts of real flowers and lay a piece of paper over it and trace the flower, and you can have all kinds of flowers to color. And they don't have to be colored the way the natural flowers are. You're totally the artist here. You get to make those choices. And I love how this flower is turning out. It is so pretty. So if you like how this video is going, I'd really appreciate it if you would click like. And after you're done watching, if you want to click on the subscribe button, I'd appreciate that too, so that you can have the opportunity to see more of my videos when they come up. I do a new video every Monday. And then every once in a while, once a month at least, I'll do a special video for a CAC hashtag event. At least one for the CAC hashtag event. Sometimes I'll do more than one, but I don't like overwhelming people with my videos and doing too many at one time. So I try to spread them out. And please click and leave me a comment. Let me know if you would like to see more of the Doodlegems, if you would like to see more drawing, if you'd like to see more coloring. I'm open to doing coloring too. I'll even doodle in one episode and color in another if that's what you want to see. So let me know. I'm thinking that there's probably a few more episodes of Doodlegems, and then I might want to branch out a little bit into some other things. Look at that. Look at that. All right, that is so pretty. I'm going to just throw a little bit of green in on this stem, then put the highlight on the gem, and we will be done. So just throwing a little bit of this green, boom, 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 just very lightly. I am going with the way the stem would grow for putting my colors in. If you ever look at the stem of a poppy, you can actually see kind of a fibrous quality to it. So I figured I might as well put it in going that direction. I'm using a couple different greens, and I will use that navy blue on here too. But doing a couple different greens just gives some variety to the stem. You don't have to do it. You can, if you've only got one green, push harder around the edges on the outside and go lighter as you get towards the center. That'll give you some variety to your color. And then this green is it's kind of a bronze yellow. And I like that because I can put that in here kind of as a highlight without it being too yellowy. And I'm actually going to put a few little strokes of this next to some of the hairs, because the hairs are actually kind of yellows and reds and things like that. And I don't want to put red down in this stem. Don't want to put red down in that stem. This green is a little bright, but when it's mixed with these other colors, look at that. Now we're going to put just a little bit of this dark blue up in here, and look what that does. That makes that green into a dark blue green. So even if I only had that bright green and I used it in different varying pressures, I could put this blue and it makes it more dimensional. All right, we're down to the wire here, coming in for the highlight on this gem. And I think that it is going to have a nice bright highlight up here. And then it has a light line, because what it does doing that, and then kind of a little, just a little dot of color right there. So we'll zoom out here for you so that you can see better the whole thing. And look at that. There we go. We have a beautiful blue poppy with a carnelian stone in the center, and it was all done with Crayola Color Pencils. So I'm going to put my little signature on here because I'm really proud of this one. All right, here we are. Don't forget, click on that playlist up here for the rest of the hashtag CACflowerart videos. There's also a link up there for the Doodlegem episodes. Click on those. Enjoy, have fun. Remember, go out and do something creative. Take care. Bye-bye.